it's on live. I'm just gonna share all this. It's on live. I just gotta share all this stuff.
Good evening, everybody. Good. Wow, 38 people in here already. I haven't even sat down. Oh, boy.
Kayla just got in the shower. Yep. It's 8 o'clock, Uber. What time do you think for bedtime tonight?
Well, if she goes in there now, she can play her tablet for a little
For
bit.
an hour. So 9.
Yeah, but I think you should start winding down the shower. Give me kind of I think it's time to start winding down. Probably can't see. But,
Go take your final
but you
clothes.
can.
This was a skirt you could wear tomorrow.
What else? Can you do besides the tablet?
I could draw.
Yes.
Draw, you could read, you could
play
play
with the dollhouse
with your
stuff.
toys.
Yeah.
Use your mind for a minute. She'll stay out here forever if you watch. Last night she came out here because of bad dream souls.
Look at that handsome man sticking out his belly.
The audience knows when we start. It's when they hear this. Mental class officially starts. I know we're all waiting for The Simpsons to start because once you hear that beautiful music, no, it never does. Never. It's only when you hear real music, like from a music person. But she plays a lot of weird stuff with hers. What the hell is this in a different language? You did it to us again, dude. Hold on, guys. The kids have once again switched us into a weird language. They always do this. Oh. Oh, don't worry. We'll put it back in English so everybody can hear it. You know when it doesn't sound like The Simpsons in the beginning and it's like Da Sanziano, you know something's wrong. But I'm anxious to get started. I'm anxious to discuss this trade from yesterday now that I think everybody's in here. But, I can't have the Simpsons in Espanol when I'm trying to, do our routine. There we go. There we go. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. It's 8:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is exactly the point where I wanted to discuss whether we should buy back in or not. This is the broken ascending triangle. Now we're back testing it as resistance. I want a yes or no real quick from everybody in the audience who's using our copy trading. I personally think we could wait to see how this plays out since we do have a bullish cross. See if it bounces on here or not. But we need to talk about the charts real quick. I also want to discuss the trade from last night that we did as a group because we did great as a group last night. I held it for 13 hours, and you can see what we did. We sold out. I'll go to it in a sec. Actually, let's start out with that so we don't have to go into the chart for a minute. So, the trade from last night, we got in at 3,369. I exited at 3,196 when we had that volatile. Well, we're still volatile. We're a little bit below that now, not much. We made 56.49% on our trade as a group. We did an 11x short. And like I said, we closed it out at 31.96 for a 56.49%. So I want to congratulate everybody in our group that is doing the copy trading. It was a fantastic trade. I'm absolutely thrilled that after we messed around a little bit with some of these losses, we had some minor gains in there last night too, as you can see, but we had that 14% loss, but then we made 15.5% back, lost 6, but then we did this. So it was a big test last night to see what we could do. Our total profits now as a group after last night, it's up to 125.87. So, and that's even with that loss, so that's pretty cool. And then if you're new and you want to copy trade, in the video description on my YouTube, and I can share it in here if you want, but join the BitGet. We have 88 people, holy crap, 88 people copy trading. I can only have 225, so if you want to do it, do it. If you don't, that's fine too. So we need to talk urgently here. So let me get to the hype train started already. How is that even possible? At 4:16 a.m., Cash Retriever followed. Hitch followed at 11:09. Lou at 5:58 a.m. James sent in 100 bits at 8 p.m. 396 TSI resub for its second month. I appreciate that. Enjoy your Tom's Army emote. Mass Spaghetti, thanks for the 100 bits. And that started a hype train. Scorpion King, thanks for the follow. Scorpion King, thanks for subscribing with Prime. You guys got the level 1. So the hype train, we got 2 sub gifts and 200 bits. I don't even know how it started that quick. That seemed quick. So I appreciate that. Omar, welcome in. Let me just say hi to everybody, then we're going to get going. Omar, welcome. Valley Independent. Jameson. Bordage. Jay Jordan, welcome. Taylor May. 396 TSI. Thanks for resubbing for 2 months. Taylor May. Unlocking Minds, welcome in. Mass Spaghetti, thanks for the biddies. Hitch, welcome. Redwire. Jurgen, good evening. Star, welcome in, love. Scorpion King, welcome in. Thanks for subscribing with Prime. Vote, welcome in. Michael, welcome. Scroll right down to the... Yeah, I subscribe to you. Awesome, I appreciate that. Valley Independent, welcome, welcome. I'm so pleased about our trade. Now, this is the moment why I didn't want to tempt fate with this volatile swing. I was waiting to get back in until we hit this moment of rejection. So, the only problem is it looks like we might have a little bull flag that formed here real quick. But I want to know what you guys think. Because my play was to get back in here. And then we would have to discuss. Because if we broke back up in here, obviously that's an issue. And we do have an engulfing candle. Not much volume, but that's the discussion for tonight. Does that look like a solid spot to get in? Because that is backtesting my area, my ascending triangle at a good spot. We could do a tight stop loss because this is the area we should theoretically be getting back in if it's going to continuation to the downside. Now the one problem of concern I have here is the fact that we might have did a slightly descending W here. Which if we just go like this, you can see what I'm talking about. So we got to be a little careful here. But if it gets rejected, this is a fake J hook and it'll come down farther. And this is where we might get that push to the double bottom actually right here at 29.80. And that's what I really want to have our second trade. That's what I would like to be a part of. You know, a drop from down here. And then this double bottom retest. That's another huge trade for us. A huge trade. Even at 10x, that's 56.7%. So, I mean, I'm happy. I started with $1,000 on BitGet. Now I'm up over $1,500. I've got 525 or 550 in the futures, and I got 1,005 safely tucked away right now in the spot USDT paired against USDC paired against USDT in case of a collapse. So, what we need to do is we need to look at the market structure, and I want you guys to remember that question I asked. Bitcoin. The thing that makes me a little leery about XRP thinking it could come through is that Bitcoin didn't break this. It actually closed above this, which gives me cause for concern. Which means we could come back up here potentially. We could come back up here to the 20-day. We could make a fake out a little bit higher. But if we come back up here for the ultimate rejection, it's going to make an interesting play. It could also be a head and shoulders pattern that we've already formed. The W came up, got rejected, come down. But there hasn't been that push past, and I would like us to break to this side. But with where XRP is, that could mean that Bitcoin's getting ready to break down as well. So we have to watch that angle. We have to watch XRPs because we're actually... Oh, man, we came up through, too. Jesus. That's what I was afraid of. It's such a tight window, like... Came right through that. It didn't even use it. It didn't even respect it. So we're going to have to figure out, is the buy-in level... Because you see the lack of volume. Unless we get a breakout candle... I can't imagine this goes much higher than 31.74, 31.95. Would you guys buy in here? Or would you wait to see if this actual real weird W, in fact, doesn't try to play out and get supported? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I would love for you guys' input. On XLM, this is how we look right now with the trend lines and whatnot. It's awesome to see 50 people in here. It seems like this is a pretty consistent crowd. So I really appreciate that. We've got the resistance point here on this uptrending pattern. And we can take this out because once it broke that, it was irrelevant. We can also take that out because that was just a show. But I mean, it's actually still relevant because in all theory, or in all reality, we might just have a rising style channel. So that's why it's important for us to break this level. And then it's also important for us to understand the pattern we're in. So when it broke out of this, so now, let's say we get rejected here. Our next target for XLM from 10.8 would be to short it down to 10.5 and then decide. If it doesn't break through here, then you could always sell it. But if it breaks through, backs test properly, then you'd expect the next drop to be to 9.6. And we've got this in symmetry, so we know the next few moves ahead of us. And then we know if it breaks up, holds, we're likely going to have a retest back at the top of the channel. And that would be a pretty substantial gain of about 17-18%. So you can also get rejected on the 200-day in between at 11.4. That's not uncommon for it to be a fake W, for it to hit up there. So that's what we're looking at for there. But the more we understand the market structure, the more we can understand whether it's a buy or sell this trade. It's more of a, okay, we took our profit. Like we got out at 3196. We didn't have to deal with the dancing. And my theory was that we could either get in if it didn't break back up through here, which it broke up, or we could get back in at the 200, or if we ultimately tried to double top it. To me, it looks like somewhere in this range we're going to have to make a decision. I just don't want to be in for a huge run back up to the top side. That's my problem. And that's why I got us our 56.42%. It was amazing how many of you messaged me this morning and were so happy that our $90 trade that you guys had took out were able to make that money. I was ecstatic. I thought we made a good trade when I woke up and verified it. But now you see, if we would have just held, we would be right back up to where we sold. So this is a beautiful spot, what we actually did. It's a beautiful spot. And now, it kind of looks like a bearish continuation pattern. And I really want to get in for this next drop. I just knew it wasn't the right time before class. I knew it was the right time when we got into class because we did a good job. And I knew it was volatile. So I don't know if anybody who's going to complain about going to bed or going about their daily life, and 13 hours later, who copy traded me made 57% on the trade, or 56.42%. I know I'm not mad about it. And then even the $90 trades that filled for you guys, you look at your $90 and it turned into 150 plus by the morning. That's a phenomenal trade for us. Or it turned into 150, 145. I don't know, 150, somewhere around there. Yeah, Token Jesus, that's what I'm saying. Because this weird W held. That's a weird trap W. But it could also be trapping us as well in the lows and highs. Because it can technically run this and then it could crack that W to the downside. But I kind of feel like it's making a weird formation to come back up to about right here. Am I wrong? We could also be frisky here and take a real quick long and just have the stop loss right around here. And these are one of those tight, frisky zones where we could actually get value in the fact if it breaks up, because we could have a tight state. So I'm going to show you what I mean. This very well could be a losing trade, just like they all could be. But if this, in fact, we might want to wait for here. But we could have this little push up into this area and get an ultimate rejection at 32.20. Now that we came up here, it's intriguing. It's very intriguing, everybody. It's very intriguing. Because that is a little bit of volume in the 1 minute. It's just, I don't know. I don't technically like going long. This also could have been a failed cup and handle. And the fact we broke up right here without a proper retest, wouldn't it tell us we need to come back down here? You know what? For all those reasons and more, I found an opportunity to make a quick short, and even if we lose and lose, but I want you guys, when we're doing our classes, we've got to understand what we're doing, and I need you guys to be on the same page with me. So the point is on this trade, it's a tight stop loss in case it goes up. We're playing this to play down to about 20,373. So with XRP, we'd be playing this to come back down, break back down, and retest this as support. So we'll buy in here, and if it breaks up here, we're out. So let's see. So Yes or no, guys, while I'm typing this in, do you like the way this trade would look? So we're at 3-1-7-1 approximately. We would go short. We would have our stop loss take profit at 0.3199. So it's a real tight stop loss. And this would be for if it goes down, we can make money on the retest on the 20-day. What are we thinking? I'm about to do it. I'll do a $200 bet. We might get a better position here. Let me check it just to make sure we didn't break. Okay. So I'm going to send it. We'll see what happens. You guys understand the risk reward here, but you're saying send it. Sounds great. But this is a good way for me to teach you guys. So we sent it, guys. So this could very easily stop us out right away, which is the ultimate risk here. But we're trying to play down. Oh, fuck. Come on. I'd rather kind of play. What did we put our stop loss? I mean, it's going to happen. This is a good teaching moment. It'll barely be any money, guys, if we lose, I promise. It's a few cents for me, you know, maybe $10, $15, but for a learning experience, it's definitely what I need to do. And I'm like I told you last night, I'm willing to lose the money because I know I can make it back. It's that simple. So we have an entry at 3177. We have a liquidation at 3941. And then we have our exit because we're just trying to show how we do tight stop losses and try to play a pattern because it can snowball. So I'm going to take my phone out so that I can look at it. So I forgot to look at our liquidation price. But you guys see what we did there and what we're trying to do. You're going to appreciate those 210 bits. It's just a quick, this is just a quick example. We're trying to say it's not going to break up here, but we have our stop loss tight enough to where if it breaks up in here, we're out. But we're trying to play a retest of right here, approximately of 3152 is what we're trying. That's our ultimate goal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to keep doing it on here. I'll do my big get on my phone so that we don't interrupt the stream, much like I did last night. But do you guys see what we were talking about here? What we're trying to do in the play? And it's a quick in and out, guys. This play, which I need to log in real quick. This play is a quick in and out. I just want to know if you guys understand the reasoning for what we're doing. Unless it were to break down, then obviously if it went down farther, then we could stay in. But this is not a long-term play here. This is a play to retest for a further push up. But it gives you a unique opportunity to do this, guys. You got to find your chances where it's not going to cost you a bunch of money. And then if it works out, you make a quick 10 to 15%. I live on this. If we get to the red line... Do you guys understand what I'm saying right now? But it could very easily, we have our stop loss at 3199. Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, it cost me, see guys, it only cost me $14.95 is my risk. But we're risking that to make, on an 11x trade, that's almost 10%, or that might be 10%. We're risking, we might be able to get 10% on this trade. And then if it pulls down, obviously we're ahead of the game right now. But we're going for our hit right here. If we don't show any proper volume is what we're looking for. We're looking for a hit right around here. So at least we called the top right now in the 1 minute. Pretty good. We bought in at 3177. It filled us. So it filled us about right here. This is what we wanted right here, guys. If we can get this proper pull through. And we could get our 5 to 10% real quick to start the class. We just need the proper follow through. But this is fun doing this because this is great. I can't teach this any better than showing you live. So on the chart, what we're also looking at, and why it's presented an opportunity, you see the uptrend here? The uptrend right here it's technically telling us we're trying to come back and retest an uptrend as well if we break through. So it is an opportunity. Yes, and the trade was executed, guys, at 3177. Right now we're up 3.11%. But we're looking for follow through to at least right here, possibly to right here. But see how the volume's dying? So we have crashing volume, which means we might not get much farther. And that's why it's a quick trade if we decide. But like I said, the risk is $14 for me. It's a $14 risk. I would like to get off on the right page so we can see what I'm talking about. And I would like it to do a proper retest, but the market doesn't have to do proper retest. It can go up higher, go down lower than the retest. You know, this could end up breaking down or breaking up. But it doesn't have to do what we're saying. It's just we're trying to give ourselves the best opportunity to win here. That's all. And I have a good eye, and I oftentimes do make good trades. But I also, you guys seen last night, we lost 5, lost 6, lost 15. But then we made 8, made 12, made 10, made 57, made 1. You know, it's a give and take. But I do gamble and limit my risk. You see how we've limited our risk, even if it goes out of control on the top side? I've limited my risk to less than $15 on this trade. I like that. Which means your guys' risk is probably about $9. Can you guys tell me how much your trade executed for? $86. Okay, that's about what I expected. $86, $90. But this is a volumeless spot, so I mean, really, let's see if we can push down a little bit. But I'm not really looking to stay in this trade much longer than when it tries to push this bottom for us, if it does. But there's not a lot of volume at this level, which always causes concern. We'll take the quick 3% there. Even though it could break down. Ah, shit. Of course. Well, that's what I get. That's what I get. I didn't know that volume was going to come in right there. Shit. It just, to me, it looks like it's a 50-50 that it could bounce up. I know you guys, we're trying to figure this out while making profit. So at least on that trade, we made 2.77% while we're trying to figure this out. So we'll keep doing this as the night goes on, I promise. We're going to keep doing this until we figure out, you know, for everybody. So did everybody see what we did there? It was all a 2.33% trade or whatever. Omar, yours isn't showing. That means it probably didn't go through. Short 11x cross, 3177. 3770. Plus 2.08%. Close. Okay. Yeah, and you see the fees are $0. That's because if you copy my trade, we're not supposed to have fees. Or as high of fees. And I've noticed your guys are saying $0, which means they were telling the truth about that. Which is a huge incentive. So we're going to have to figure out if we want to get back in soon. But I need to try to figure this out. So I'm not willing to... I don't mind selling it out for 3% or 2% and seeing if this is working. But we need to figure this out for if we're about to break here. But the good news is here we have time because we seem like we're going to mess around in this area for a little bit. I still think it's trying to set us up here. We could come down a little bit. Man, if we weren't having all these problems, I'd be more willing to just hold it, but fuck. I should have just held it to here while we were waiting. I'm trying to get all the data I can, so it's bothering me. Because I keep selling and buying just to see what's happening, but I feel like sometimes it fucks us. Obviously, it's just a little move, but still, it's these moments that bother me. So, 47.3, you have yours set at 50, mine was 49. Yeah, that makes sense, but it's only giving out about 87 to 90 max. 47.3, 86.6, 86. All right. So at least it's filling. And oh shit! Look at it, it's going right to our spot where I was talking about. See, that's where I could kick myself in the. Well, at least I know from a standpoint of what's going on. But I really need to know for when they ask me these questions, so. Now we bounced here. How's the 30-minute look? Man, that's a pretty big rejection in the 30-minute. Okay, so now, if it comes to this uptrend, what is that, 31.23. Theoretically, it could bounce off of here. So, I think we have to set the magnification instead of fixed amount, Tom. Okay, Dancing Jesus. If you could explain that. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. But just let everybody know what you're thinking, because obviously mine looks a little different, because I'm the one doing the trading. So now let's see, guys, real quick. If this stays, makes a squeeze candle, or continues down and comes to this uptrend, then we can see what the next part of this pattern is going to be. What, Julie? Oh. I promise next time I'll let it ride out the whole way, but when I see all the questions, I'm trying to figure out, at least at a profit, you know, what's going on, so at least we're making money on every trade. That's the goal. The goal is to make money on every trade while we're figuring this out. That's what I'm trying to do. I would like to find a spot where we could go long real quick to see if it's still doing the exact same amount when we go long with doing the 11x. Hey, Salamanda, welcome in. If you're doing the copy trading, we're just trying to figure this out like last night again. So our goal here is to see if we hold the uptrend, if we pull and make a squeeze candle and use this as the support, or if we come down here and try to use this as support. We're going to know if this is resistance, if we're going to use that. But we're having all these problems, Julie, so instead of holding right here, right around here, I sold it because we're up like 2.2 or 2.1 or whatever percent it was. And then it proceeded to come down to at least our target. But I feel like we have to figure this out during the class, so I'm being frugal and selling when we're up instead of holding, so that we can try to figure this out on the buy-ins, because we're not getting charged the fee it shows for the buy-ins, so I can keep going back. But look, this could be the squeeze candle. You don't need to. Julie decided we're taking a shot of Jack Daniels.
Is this plain?
Yep. Hey, this could be the squeeze candle, guys. And this could be where we could strategically, it'd be a risk. She is the queen. We could try to risk the squeeze and see how if this is a squeeze candle on the next minute, we could theoretically test out how the long is working and play this back up to at least resistance, but it would have to, nope, it didn't hold. Oh, maybe it did. We don't know. That could be a fake out. Let's see how this... Oh, it is. It could be a squeeze still. Man, this is going to be cool. This is going to be very interesting right now. We don't have a lot of volume, and we had this going up, less coming down. This might either reverse here or hit the uptrend and run up. Omar, you just changed the magnification. I got my magnification to 20. Alright, that sounds good. Alright, yeah, let me know if that works. So I'll be intrigued to get into a trade here. But that's some nice volume coming in. We could play this through the uptrend. That looks like a... It doesn't look like... We could play this back up and take a gamble and just put the stop loss right here and test this for a real small gamble. What do you guys think? Should we send it? I mean, it might cost us $1 or $2, but we could send this and say we're going to reverse back up. All right, yeah. Because we got to see if this works, but this is going to be a real small trade for you guys and me. So the market price is 3-1. So we're buying it. So 3139 or 3138 is the cheapest. We're gonna do the 13. I like 13. Whoop. Let's see. Maybe it's gonna do it. It's gonna be an even easier decision now because we won't have to bet as much. Stop loss would be, we would give it a chance to overreach at 31.25. We'll do a $200 trade. Nice and easy. We can buy it at 31.37 still, just like I put in, I believe. We'll buy long. We could get stopped out in 2 seconds, guys. Just remember that. So there we go. So I need to know you guys' information. Oh, of course. We're already out, guys. We might already be out. See that? But I need to know. It's like literally, let's see what the risk is for me. It's not very big. It's a very small risk trade. It cost me less than $10 on this. For this trial, it's less than $10. And like I said, I'm willing to lose money to figure this out. But I want to know how much it used in the trade for going long. It's a very minimal risk. You might lose $1 or $2 on your end. Or maybe 3. Maybe 5. I don't know. I don't even know. What are we at? 3125. 47.50. There we go. We're out of the trade, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. But that's some big volume coming in. Now we could go short now. Should we get back in our short position and just play it back up like we were going to? And just play it down? 'Cause I want to see what you guys are saying in the class too. So if we did get this rejection down here, we could theoretically, you know, play this short now. Because this was a fake out. What are we at? 31.28. I mean, it's in a interesting spot here, but it could also come back up still. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I want to send it yet. I want to try to catch it falling too. Only 72 margin, only 47.50. So I'm saying it's not even using close to the floor. That's alright. Let's not try to catch a falling knife. Yep. All right. So, I mean, it's interesting we fell to the top or below the uptrend. That's still the ascending triangle. We had a fake out, back up very clearly. Oof. That is so close. This isn't even playing a falling knife. This is more like if I was betting on my own, I would bet in here. And I would just have my stop loss back in the ascending triangle. And it's these very small plays that I do all night, though. Like, that's the thing. Like, you guys are going to have pain of watching us in and out, in and out, in and out for a sec. Although I'm never going to worry about this again. I don't care if you guys are in or not once we get into a trade. And then we'll deal with all the shit after, because we can't have this happen where we're costing ourselves money by trying to test the system. Where we got out too early now when we would have never got out. So, it's just in the 1 minute, these are spread out weird. This is all spread out weird. Like the 200 is too high still, which means this might have a short... See, fuck, I didn't put it down far enough. Look at that. It hit right where I put my fucking number. I should... Man... That's where I make the mistake. See, I went too close to the line, guys. See? I could have played it right back up to here. Shit. But see, these are the good lessons. These are the good lessons, the good moments. Now, if I would have just put it a little bit lower, then it could have reversed back up with us in it. But it still showed that we had a little good foresight there. We just didn't go far enough down with our stop loss. That's all. We played it too conservative. Barely too conservative, though. I mean, barely. I mean, it literally hit our stop loss. What a... Yes, sir, Omar. Yes, sir. I'm only here for the support. I appreciate that, JW. I appreciate that. Everybody tuning in, I appreciate it. I really do. I still think this is a good spot to short it because this looks like a head and shoulders pattern. If it breaks up, it breaks up. It's not a lot of volume here at all. We would put it to like an 11x short, but we'd have to be willing to actually take a risk here and put the stop loss up here and see how the class plays out if we were going to do it. The proper stop loss area, if we were to make this play, is approximately up... If we're being real, it's up here. At like 31.79 is where we would have to put a stop loss. If we were getting in this position and doing it properly. Maybe 31.90. Just to play it safe. Like 31.99. To give us room. But that would be the proper play and we're playing it to go down. That this plays. There's not enough volume. Yes, you can start with 100. Yes, you can. Absolutely. So what do you guys think? That's my logic. I want to know what you guys think. I'm thinking that's what I want to do, though. And then we just watch it. If that's what we agree on, that's what we watch. I want to have a group trade. But I want you guys to say send it because you believe it. Don't just say send it because I'm saying it. If it makes sense to you, then we do it. But also realize, if we lose out on this trade, and it does break all the way up here, on an 11x trade, we're talking about a 10 or 11% loss. Are we willing to handle that? I understand we made money yesterday, but are we willing to handle that kind of a loss? And don't worry, I'll wait until I think it's the best time to get in. No volume here again. So, do you understand my logic? Because we want to do this properly now. Bordage, you're more cautious. I'm okay with the risk. Yes, send it. Cool. Can I start with yes, 100? Yes, you can. We have 62 people, so... But yeah, even though it's a risk, I'm not going to buy it until I feel like it's a good time. Even if the price is lower, when I send it, I'll send it at a good time. I didn't send it right now because I had a feeling we could have a proper, back test. Because what did I say? The 200 and the 100 are in the wrong spots for this to be a bearish cross. This line has to come above the 200. That's why I bought that long there. I should have put the stop loss lower, but I had a feeling that this had to come up a little bit. So we have to trust the process here. So while we're trusting the process, I'll mix this drink. But guys, it's an honor and a privilege. But so do I, guys. I thought it was going to go up a little bit. That's why we put the long in, but I can't believe that it hit our stop loss. It hit almost the exact number that we put in. But I have a feeling this is a fake out right now to the top side. Now it's up to us to find the position here. Is it going to be the higher up, obviously, the higher we can go with the stop loss as well. That's the beauty of having it higher, the price. But trust me, I'm going to be cautious until I think it's going to be in the right spot.
And they're all over.
I would say ideally with the chart that we're looking at right here, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at a 3172 possibility or also a 3167. So I'm going to type in 3172 and see what happens. Our take profit stop loss, no matter what, now that it's up here, we would like to get way up there, but because we'd want it to break that area. But I understand if we're getting in over here, we're not going to want it to come past here. So about 3206, I would say. 3206.
Careful, my love.
It's not a huge, huge risk, but I think we should, if we're going to get in, these are the areas where we could very well pull back down because we're going to have a retest down here at some point. I just want to make sure it's resonating with my audience. Hell yeah, JW. Me too. So we're trying to target around 3176 for a rejection, roughly. Just to fill out this pattern and keep it true. That looks like another kind of bear flag here. That's going to play out. So now we're up to 3184.
Is there any other A's?
Because Bitcoin, we want to be in when Bitcoin breaks 20K. That's what I want to make sure I'm in for. And we're almost there. We're one rejection here at about 20,356 from possibly coming back down to the accumulation and then breaking down. If we break 20,000, guys, now we got to come back down here. And that's about 19,100. What a spectacular drop that would be. All right, welcome back, Omar.
Which one goes first, L or
Well, we're already 50 minutes in. Holy smokes. Indeed. Indeed, JW. But guys, in all seriousness, this has been so much fun for me. I always wanted to trade with my audience. So you guys are saying 3176 sounds good to you. So I want to see the number for you guys. What number do you think we should go back in to short it and give ourselves a generous stop loss? Because we obviously want to see if it pushes back here because I'm going to show you something. And why I didn't get in already. If this plays out like a bull flag, we have to come all the way over to about here. And we do not want to be stuck in this way down here. But now we could have a retest down here, as we've already seen this formation multiple times. And this is the top of our resistance. So I needed to know, do you guys think 3176 is a good spot? Or 3172? Or do you think we should let the pattern formation playing out? So until somebody answers, or until we answer and come to a conclusion, I'm going to go over some more charts. Ethereum, 1063. We have a 30-minute candle, and it looks like a bear flag. This is a bear flag. So Ethereum looks to be playing down. So is that what XRP looks like? Oh, no. Ethereum looks like ass. What happened? Look at Ethereum. Ethereum's on a very big bear flag. We might have to flip our attention to Ethereum. Guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Ethereum in the 30-minute is on a bear flag. A rather large bear flag. Ethereum looks like ass, but it's going to have the squeeze candle now. So, alright, that makes sense. So that's Ethereum. Let's see, IOTA. IOTA's... Man, these all could be coming for a squeeze unless they push up a little higher at the end of this candle. We've got 8 minutes left. We've got Litecoin looking the same as the rest, except Ethereum looks real bad. Doge is looking more like Ethereum, which looks like a continuation of the downside. Matic looks the same, looks like a continuation of the downside. Shiba, that still looks like a bear flag. These look like design bear flags here. This doesn't look good. These look like design bear flags. Theta. Man, that is so ugly. These are ugly. Look at all that rejection to the top side. Now we've really got no volume. This is looking bad. The more of these I look at, the worse this is looking. Quant. Again, look at this huge rejection. Huh. This is making a squeeze. This is almost telling us we better pay attention, get into our short, and just have a conservative stop loss in case it goes the other way. This is fascinating. V-Chain. Same thing. Very squeeze. These are getting squeezed every time it pulls up. Look at that. Squeeze. DGB. Squeeze. It's squeezing down. Solana. And Solana's well behind. Solana's one. It's well behind some of these. So, Solana, I believe, still has a pull down to be made. Man, look at that. That's so intriguing with Solana. That's a bearish engulfing candle. Man, this would be another one where we could squeeze a play in. And if it worked out for us... Nah, I don't know if I would do that. Only because of the way this cross and the way these are set up. I don't trust that. Let's go back to what we know. XRP. Again, this weird W is trying to play out that we were talking about in the beginning of the class. It's just in the farther out spot now. So guys, I'm going to go check on somebody. But, hey, Mr. Crothers, welcome in. My main man from Maine. I hope everything went good tonight. Yeah, we can look at Zill. We'll check Zill. Ooh. We got some conflicting candles. It looks like the market wants to go down, even though XRP is showing a little bit of bullishness. But these continuation patterns could very well play out. Mom's had time to go to bed. Okay? Is your tablet charged?
Yeah.
You could do a half hour on the tablet. Or you can keep drawing. Oh, you're using the state things we bought. Are you learning from it?
I actually did on the puzzle 3 times.
High five. You understand the setup of the map now?
Yeah.
Of the U.S.? Good job. Awesome. She's so smart. Smart little one there. She actually wanted to go to summer school, and she's in the 3rd grade. So she's doing like I couldn't believe it when she came home. I'm like, you ready for summer school? She's like, well, actually, or are you ready for summer off? Well, actually, I only get a week off because I'm going to summer school so I can get ahead. And I'm like,
Wanna watch my videos for the rest of the half of the hour?
yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna.
Do you want to take a popcorn or something for a snack?
Sure.
There's even crackers. There are peanut butter crackers or pretzels. Or do you want the popcorn?
I want.
Here, we'll find the pop. I got you the movie theater popcorn. Where's that bag? I don't think.
Ooh, I like this kind of cup.
Oh, you found it? Okay, that'll work. Do you want a little drink, Scar?
Sure.
Here, let's get you one of these ones. Here you go. You good? Alright, love. Love you. Alright. The joys of being a parent. So that's all back under control. I don't care that we lose people. We got 52 people left. Star, thank you so much, love. Yep, you know, that they make the world go round. So, but, you know, I do this while being a parent still. So, you know, like I always say, time's the most important thing you can give. And yes, I know, Big God, it's not 100% perfect, but I'm starting to like the fact that it's only filling $90 worth of your trade or $80. Only because, it's not as big of a risk for you, and you're all most of you are trying to learn the leverage trading. So I think that this is a better way. So even if we had a major loss of, let's say we lost 25% in a trade, at least it's only $25 instead of being in a $1,000 trade where a 25% loss is $250. It's a big difference. If you understand what I'm saying. So I really like the fact that it actually is doing that. At first I was mad. Not no more. I'm not mad anymore. And even on this trade, we could have got mad about only making 2.5 or whatever when it first went down. Or be mad that we got stopped out. But the point is we seen this reversal coming. Yes, it stopped us out by a little bit, but we did see on XRP in this area the reversal that happened. So we seen it in the whole market coming for a retest. That's good. You know, that's good on us. It's real good on us. So, but my main job here is to teach. And now we're in another spot with Zill where we could strategically, although Zill is at a weird spot, so that's a big move. No, it's not too bad. We could take a strategic gamble here and have it right down here below, and that's one of the things I love doing, and just play it up, a small move up. We'll see what the 30-minute stuff is set up. And we play a move back up to the 20-day for rejection at 33.03. What do you guys think? This could be another real good test, and it could be an example of how to play this. And it would be a very small gamble, probably less than $5 on your guys' side. So I'm thinking this is another learning experience, and this is where we should send it with Zill. And it would be 0.03 26. Oh, we're buying 267 roughly, and then you'd have your stop loss down here. It's about 3.52, and we can mess with it real quick. I'm gonna 222. We're gonna buy long. No, wait a minute. No, we're not yet. Because we want to wait to see if it actually does a squeeze candle here. If it does a squeeze candle, we might have to come. I don't know. What do you guys think? I should go with your opinion. Yes, much love. Same here. Broke through. Much love. Much love to Julie. Yep. Absolutely. Julie. So, guys, are we on? What do we want to do here? We got to make sure we get rejected. Otherwise, we could sell it here. But I'm just saying this is the unique spot where we could. Oh, look at XRP. We're saying, okay, we'll stick with XRP. No problem. I mean, XRP, the targeted move is all the way up to here at 3236. We could play the targeted move now. Obviously, the stop loss, we're in a different spot here. Zill just presented a strategic position here, that's all. But I think we missed that already, what I was talking about. Yeah, we definitely did. Yeah, see, I was saying we could have bought it here and played it at least up. What I was saying was we could play it up to at least here with Zill, and we could have had a little bit of a gain. Not much. But that's fine. Zill did what it needed to. We'll go back to XRP focus. But this is what I like to do, guys. I like to see if we can find stuff before it happens. But I think overall this pattern's going to come down. And with XRP, now it's our job. You see what we did? On this pattern, we're all the way up at resistance. So now, technically, if we buy and sell resistance, buy support, this is the part of the pattern we should be buying it, playing back down. And then you'd have your stop loss up here in case, well, you'd actually don't even need to have it that high. Any kind of break up. But you would have your stop loss up here, you know, to break this range just in case of a fake out. So, that's what I'm thinking. That would be your short on XRP. We buy it right now. It'd have to be right now, though. Yes or no? Do we send it? But it has to be, do it quick. Yes or no? I already have the buy order set up based on what you guys say. And this would be a generous stop loss here if we decide to do it. Yep. I love you too. They all want me to do this trade. Love you. I got us a slightly... Oh, I don't know if it went through. Shit. Oh, it did the wrong number. That's not what I wanted. There we go. I think I got it. Oh, no, I didn't even, It didn't fill. Son of a bitch. That's okay. It's right there anyhow still. What? Order quantity what? Oh, wait a minute. It already opened our position. What am I talking about? I didn't know it opened the position, I was going to say. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Did it open our position or what? So it opened two of them real quick. So the first one, that we're up 5.68, that was just... So I don't want to have two open, but we made a quick 6% on the first one, guys. Don't worry, we already closed the first one. On the first trade, it was just a spot where we could make a quick return. Remember that first loss we had of 5.39%? We took the 6% on the first trade, and that was supposed to be a $217 trade. We ended up making 6.09%, and now the only open trade right now was another $217.89, and we're up 4.06 or 3.66% now, but I didn't want to have both of them open, obviously. But I did it because I was testing it, but I thought we could make a quick little drop there, and we took the 6% like I wanted. That was just to get our money back. It was a gamble, I understand. But I hope you guys understand what I was doing and why I sold the first 6%. Now we can let this one ride. That's the point. I was trying to double dip there. That's all. And the stop loss is actually going to be at about 33 cents. Which is about $93 risk right now. We can discuss the stop loss, guys. We can discuss the stop loss. But I was trying to be quick there and quick thinking. And at least I got us that quick 6% if this turns around. But now this is the pattern. And why I sold that one so quick. Because we weren't looking for the second one. We were just looking to make quick money, guys. Do you guys appreciate that 6% even if this is a losing trade? It was supposed to give us a little back-end help, leeway. Because I was pretty comfortable saying it was going to go down in the beginning. So I took a gamble. And sometimes I do that. I open up two shorts at the same time so that I can make a little profit in case my actual trade loses. Unlocking Minds, thanks for the 300 bits. But at the same time, you got to be comfortable in what you're doing and understand the chart positioning. Right now, this could be a very successful trade, but at least we got the one in the bag of 6% just now. I'm very, very happy about that. Because now look how quickly this reversed on us. I certainly don't want to lose $90, but if it's in the deck of cards, we've got it all the way up to here. You know, and this is giving it plenty of time to play out. And it's actually above this range, too, which is why I picked 33 cents. So, yes or no, do you like what I did there? Making the double trade, making the 6%, now letting this run all the way to 33 cents and a possible risk for me of $98. Do you like this being our catapult trade tonight? If we fail as a group. But we did make a couple successful trades as well. What do you mean? Can you guys hear me? Okay, yeah, obviously you can hear me. Yep. Oh, I don't know, Bailey. I'm not sure. You might have to reset your stream. But I really like that play we just made, Julie. We made a double entry at a 13x, and the first entry we cashed out at 6.5% roughly. And the second one, we're letting it ride. You know, like we did yesterday. I really like that play because at least if I were to lose, let's see how much of a percentage it would be a loss for me. And trust me, I understand. It's not going to get you the entire loss back, but it was as good as we could do there when I sold out right before the reversal. It's the best I could do for us. And yes, it was a huge gamble, but I thought it was going to pay off, and you know what? It did. On that part of the trade. So what it did was it got us plus 6.09%. In this trade that we're in, the same trade as the other one that we already cashed out, the whole point is I knew our stop loss was way up, so we weren't going to be able to take the quick hitter and cash it out. So I tried to do something in case. I'm trying to balance my losses in case they come. So basically, I could lose on this trade. Like I said, I can lose $93. At least on that last trade, I got, what was it, 6.09% back. So that was $13.26. So now even though I can lose $93, it's about $79. It's not as big of a loss, but I don't want to lose that much. I'm just saying if this pattern, because we're looking for this to play true and come back down to about 31.66 before another bounce. That's all we're looking for. We're looking for this to play true. Yeah, Omar, I'm not sure. Most people's are copying, but it's only for about, I don't know. Right now it's about 40%, 50% of my trade. But I'm still excited about the way this is working. We can all learn this, and it's less risk for you guys, and I'm okay with that. And the risk is less for me, too, because I'm used to gambling $1,000 at a time. I actually like this because we can play our trades out. And look at yesterday. I had a $325 trade that made me just under $200. Like, I'm not going to complain about that. If I could do that every day, this would be massive, you know, a couple times a day. And that 6% move actually wipes out, and now we're positive in the class. You know, by 4 or 5% almost now. And now we're on this trade with, and if this plays out, you know, we've got room. We're not going to get liquidated now. And I think that's a good spot for liquidation. What do you guys think? It gets us above here. Gives us room for a fake out even up a little higher. I really should put it here. But I'm thinking our class wants to make this the gamble like last night. Because it's a good spot. If it, just like last night, if it breaks down, we'll be singing, we'll be happy. If it breaks up, we've got plenty of room to play with right now. So, that's what I'm thinking, guys. I would like some feedback so you guys can let me know what you think about what I did. If you think the risk was worth it, obviously since we made the 6%, everybody can say yes. Or do you think it was a stupid decision? I don't do it often. That's the first time you've ever seen me double trade on a pull down. But it was so I could control the trade. And if I thought it was going farther down before this minor pullback up, I wouldn't have sold it. But when you pull a double trade like that, you don't want to be having both of them in for any amount of time. That's literally hit it and quit it kind of thing. And this one's the one where we play it out. We've already bought it. We're still in right now, buddy. We have the second buy-in right now already. This was the problem part, though. If it breaks out, that's why I was saying, do you want to keep it at 33 cents? Or do we just go to 32.31? But everybody wanted this to force us out if we're going to have a move up. Because if you look at the 30-minute sticks, you know, this is still intriguing because we have 17 minutes. It's either going to pop out of this range or it's going to come down as a squeeze candle to 31.75. So, and honestly, we don't even need to take as big of a risk because if it breaks past here, that's actually bad strategy. We shouldn't be playing it to 33 cents because if it breaks past here, we should be playing it to about... Yeah, I'm teaching you guys bad strategy. I don't want to do that. 32.44 should be the spot because you're playing it not to break this region. But no, you know what? No. Yeah, actually, I am right, though. If we're playing by a technical region, why am I going to teach you guys bad trading abilities? That's not what I'm here for. It's not here to say, oh, I can stretch it out as far as I want so I don't lose. No, that's not the way it works. So the stop loss here, as much as I would like to keep it way up there, the bottom line is if it breaks way up here, we're probably in trouble. What do you guys think? Would you put your stop loss at 32.43 or bring it up to fucking 33 cents and let it force us out? Whatever you guys say, I will go with. So, 32.43 or 33 cents. Just type it in the chat. I actually see why we said 33 cents and we're willing to risk the $93. Ooh, the DXY looks like it's starting to go down or go up right now. And this looks like it's, if this pulls up, it would be a squeeze candle. Got a proper bounce on the 20-day. I see what you're saying about the DXY. That could possibly pull back up here. At least up here in the immediate short term. So I'm just curious what everybody's thinking. Because either way, I mean, honestly, guys, this to me is all gravy. Because like I said, I'm trading $200 at a time. I'm used to trading $1,000 at a time. I just personally think we should be smart and have the stop loss in the appropriate spot here. For if it does break 32.33, and then we can always buy it back up here. But there's no reason for us to put ourselves in a bad spot. You know. There's no reason to put ourselves in a bad... You know what? I'm going to take this upon myself because nobody's answering. And the appropriate gamble is a 19% risk or $42.55. That's the appropriate gamble here. Yep. So I'm just going to go with what I know. 32.43, guys. 32.43 is the appropriate spot. Because that gives us plenty of room. If we had a fake breakout, theoretically, it's supposed to go to 32.23. If it breaks 32.43, this would show us we've got some kind of bullish momentum. But it also shows we're not going to allow it to come up here and stop us out for an additional over 20% loss there. It just doesn't seem right. That would be another 25% up to there. Unless we're looking for liquidation, it doesn't make sense. This makes sense right now. And now we're down 6%. But what did we just do on that quick trade? Now we're actually up between the two trades just now. That was how suave we were. It gave us room to work and not care. We're actually up. We're down 6.5%. We're even or up right now. Unless this pulls up. But that was the suave trade we made. And plus, it gives us... Oh, wait a minute. No, 32.43 is not the proper spot, guys. I'm a dummy. Because what if it comes up and hits this? It's actually like 32.60. That's a terrible advice that I just gave you. 32.60. We actually have to take the risk of $57. Because what if it comes up to the top of the pattern? We'll give it room to come out top.
Oh man, I can't believe you failed.
Oh, I'm gonna lose my job just because I'm dangerously unqualified.
Mr. Simpson, there is a way. You could, well, use a computer to change your
I think we're being very generous, and 32.62 is a great number. It gives it past this uptrend. Because that was what I put earlier, but now we can also look and say, okay, well, is that actually the pattern we're in? Or if we go on a true uptrend, I like where we just set that. I do. Because if we go on a true trek up here, how would this go? Something like this. So this would be like your plus minus push, and we'll go a little bit more,
Did I learn the real value of college is to study and work hard.
I could see that.
You only passed your course by cheating.
But we're going to keep it in the pattern it's in. But that's where we need to look. So our stop loss is giving us plenty of room. I like that a lot. And we made a suave trade to get 6% of these losses back, whatever it ends up being. So I think it was a suave. I think we did good. And now we just let it play out. And we're at 32.62 because we have to go up to the proper spot. And that would cost me $59.40. The cool thing is with that quick trade, it actually made me $13.26. So if we were to lose on this trade and I lose the $59, it would actually only end up being a $45 loss because of that 6% move. I still think we have a good chance of making a good trade here and it at least coming down to the trend line. So we'll see what happens. What do you guys think? Do you like what we did here? Do you understand? Oh, no problem, JW. Have a great night. Yup, Bailey, I agree. If anybody has any questions, I know we have 60 people and we're learning a lot here. This is so much fun for me because I feel like we're really doing what we need to do. And then if this trade, if we're still in it at the end of the night, we'll discuss it when I leave. And we'll see what we want to do with it. But I got to go check on everybody. But it's been an honor and a privilege with everybody. You guys really do make my night. And I'm honored that you guys are on me with this journey on BitGat with the copy trading. Because I never thought we could do anything like this. So. But I do appreciate everybody being quiet and chewing all the information. That's good too. But I think we're learning a lot about stop losses and also the strategic strategy of how we made 6. Regardless of this trade. And yeah, we might lose 20% here. But how we strategically allowed ourselves more room on a trade here. That's what I like. I like quick thinking like that. We had one candle to do it and we nailed it out of the park. Not just me, all of us. When I do something, I say us. Because this is a team effort. Even if nobody's around me and I'm doing this by myself, I still say we make a trade. I'm like, yes! Yes! All 80 of us just made a great fucking trade. I think we have 88 people. Yes! You know, Waylon, thanks for the 100 bits. It's absolutely tremendous the support you guys all show me. It's tremendous. This got stuck inside of it. What a great sensor. That was stuck inside of it. But yeah, there was lint filled up too, so. Alright guys, I'll be right there. So our trade, it looks like we're about even right now. It pulled down like we were hoping. If this pulls an M, we could be in business. But guys, I always say I'm the best in the business because of my lines. Look at those lines. Like, I think it helps out a lot because we at least see the pattern and see potential. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. That evergreen thing you were talking about, Tom, I think you should make the final decision. Yep, I understand. Well, I always make the final decision, Jameson. Thanks for the 200 bits. I just like hearing the feedback, everybody. At the end of the day, it's my decision. But I love the feedback, and you see why I sold that position. Everybody's like, why'd you sell that position at 3191? It's like, because we're at a weird spot, and if we didn't sell it then, we wouldn't have sold it now, and now our position, you know, it's on a weird spot here. So, you know, sometimes you take your 57% when it's there, and you can just watch the market, and then we made some good trades in between, and then some not so, well, I mean, some average trades. But as long as you have your stop loss and you're making it fill it, you know. Oh, yeah, the Celtics are down 3-2 tonight, so. I'm biased because I want Golden State Warriors to win. I don't even watch basketball anymore, really, but Jordan Poole's on Golden State, so I would like to see him win a championship. He played at Michigan. We made it to the Final Four. Ready, Julie? So, guys, we're going to watch this play out. I'm having fun with this, though. I really am. And it's funner. We have 88 people, I believe, copy trading, so it makes it that much funner for me. It really does. It really does. I just wish my copy trade was full. Nope, Noah. I've only been doing this trade was only $219. I've only been doing it for $222, and then it filled $219 something this time. But I did a double trade there that time, and we made 6% already on the first part of the trade, 6.05%. Oh, okay. All right, guys, I'm back. I apologize. I know it's late. Only 42 people left in here, but you know what? The ones who are here are the ones who are willing to, you guys are trying to see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with our trade. About 3.67% down. What did we get in at? Oh, we got in at 3195, so right here. For anybody who's left, I have made $250 on my own in the last 3 days. All right, Jameson. Jameson, congratulations, my friend. You know what? Julie, you did your shot already?
Yeah.
Julie did her shot. Jameson, I'm doing this shot to you. It would have been even better if I had Jameson, but I don't. This is going to be a Jack Daniels. But congratulations on that. Congratulations. I think the Warriors win tonight. Just add another distraction for when the market... Yeah, I could see that, but no, I don't have any target. I'm trying to get into a position that we hold for good for the way down like we were talking about yesterday. And ironically, we're actually in a position... I got out at 3192 after our profit, and we're back in at 3195 if you look at that. So, with many trades in between that we're up overall on. But I'm just so proud that you're making that kind of money now, being able to trade on your own. And yes, as a group, you know, we're getting in and whatever. But at the end of the day, we're still putting ourselves in a strategic spot. It's got to prove to us that this bear flag, or whatever you want to call this, is going to have to break through with some volume. We're kind of stuck in this area right now. But at the end of the day, if it breaks through and it sells us out, then we're going to look for the ultimate spot for a short, which would likely end up... Huh. You know, now I see what I was saying, though, about maybe forcing us out. Maybe we need to make this force us out of this position. Because, look, because if it breaks past here, obviously it's going to come up here. We have it at 3262. Because then you would have to ride it up to here. So it's either you get stopped out here. Yeah, so that's a bad. So now I see why I did the 3243. I understand the 3243 now. So we're going to put it to 3243. I understand that stop loss. Now it's a $42 risk. I understand the stop loss, what I was thinking now. I really do, because if it were to break up here, that's 3241. If it breaks 3243, actually, we'll give it... Yeah, I see what I was saying. And then it would have to come up through here. So I understand that. I'm not saying it's going to 100% crash. I just think we're due to crash eventually here. But if that Evergrande thing ends up playing true, we got a problem. It's just we have no volume to push past this uptrending resistance. That's been the big problem in this area. Cheers, Jameson. Congratulations on your trading. Julie, Jameson's made $250 the last 3 days on his own with our trading. Listening to our trading style.
Oh, really?
On his own, he's made $250. Isn't that cool? From what he's learned from our classes. She thinks it's cool. Oh, I enjoyed it. Guys, believe it or not, I get excited about what you guys do. And I'll talk to Julie about it. I was very excited about the 56%. Or the 56.42% because... Let me check right now. We have 91 people now in our copy trading. So that means potentially, like yesterday we had... What was it? When that trade went in, we had 77. So potentially we had 77 people, which not everybody was in, I acknowledge. But... as a group right now, aside from me, because it doesn't count me in this equation, We're up $125.87 as a group. Total profit in USDT. So that's as a whole in the group, guys. That's pretty cool. We had 83 people in here right now, and we're up with between all 83 people, we're up 125.87. Isn't that kind of cool? I think so. And then I can get a gauge of my audience if we're understanding or if we need to, do something different. But I think we're in a reasonable spot here where we got into this position. It's an understandable reason. I just don't understand why we got in at 3177. We must have been talking. Why would we get in down here at the middle of the pattern, though? Oh, shit! We didn't draw the uptrending resistance until now. We used this new part. That's what it was. We still had the old rising channel levels. I get it. Okay. It seems so much easier when it's drawn out in front of us, I get it, but we remodified this to fit what we're looking at. This is fun, though. This is fun. I like this a lot. And the only reason I'm able to trade more right now is because Julie, she got our son to sleep. And it was about 9 o'clock. So I'm like, remember when I was saying I'm getting ready to get off to go check on my son? Well, then she comes back out and says that he was asleep. I was like, holy crap. So we'll see if this uptrending resistance holds or if, if our stop loss gets used at its strategic spot. And we'll see how it plays out. But, I mean, that's everything that I can tell you about what's going on right now. The only thing I can say is I might have put that at the wrong spot. And this actually might be like... It still ends up in the same area. But that might be the actual pattern. So... Actually, that's probably right. Because then... Oh, look at that. Wow. Sorry, but I feel like we just got a gift from the gods, and we're changing that stop loss to 326 now. Oh, did it close it out? It says it's still open. What the fuck? Order does not exist. Did it close it out? It says it's on my screen. It says it's still open. What the hell? That doesn't even make any sense. Why is it? Oh, now it says it closed it. But why was it showing it as if the position was still open? That's weird. No, that's okay. It was a very minimal loss there. But that's why 362 wouldn't have got us canceled out there. So we had a lot of talking during class, but you guys understand what we were doing, right? Because I got to go. It's 9:38, but I'll look at the trades as we go along. But minimal loss there, very minimal loss, but a good teaching moment. But it's still showing like this trade is still open. Unless I had another trade, but for some reason. But you see, I didn't think it was worth waiting to lose all of our money. See, we would have just lost more money because it would have come up to the next stop loss. That's why I lowered it. What's the point of sitting there and letting us take up at the higher level? That's what I said. If it went to 343, I felt like it would just come up to 3. So now you guys understand why I did that. Why I lowered the stop loss. No reason to let us kick us in the nuts right there. It came right up to it anyhow and stopped us out. See? See? What was the point of wasting the money if it was going to come up there? See? That's what I was talking about. We played that beautifully. We played it beautifully. Yeah, like, guys, and honestly, during the whole class, I was down $34, so don't feel bad. Literally, $34 is as much as I was down the entire class doing all these back and forth studies. So, I would not feel bad at all for me. $34, I'm not even going to sweat it. Last night, I was down $88 during class until that final trade. Now, for the 43 people that are left, you guys are here with me because we're going to make our ultimate short trade. It's going to be a small trade, but see how we're coming up? We're going to make our trade just like yesterday, and it's going to be our overlasting trade that we'll put it to 11x. It'll have big stop-loss numbers. It'll have, reasons why we could do it, but we have to discuss it. Do we want to buy it at 34.18 if we're not on air? Do I want to buy it at 33.02 if I'm not on air? You guys need to tell me the number. Do I go long at 33.02? Do I go long at 34 or 33.02, 33.80, or 34.30? But if it gets up there, I would wait. But where do you want me to go long if the class isn't going? Obviously, I'll do trades in between if I see them. But I want to know a consensus from everybody where you think the proper spot to go short is. Although I don't know if anybody's actually going to respond. Okay, Noah, that's what happened. Or do we go and do our short position and let it ride into tomorrow? That's what I want to know. Just like we did yesterday. 32.84. Where are we at right now? I already set a short at 33. I don't know. We're longing. No. We're talking about a short position. I don't long. Unless we're doing case studies like we did on the one trade tonight. But remember, I told you there was a reason I took that 6% double trade there. So we could make a quick 6% and ride that second one. And not only, so we wouldn't lose a lot of money. That was the point. But now we're talking about XRP. Because for all Bitcoin's doing in the 4 hour, it still looks pretty bad. It needs to come up a little bit higher. But I want to know the proper spot where we think we're going to want to get back in. That was all. So Jameson set his short for 33 cents. C-Dubs 32.84. So Chris, you think 32.3284 is a good spot? Not a bad spot. Not a bad spot at all. Noah, you're in at 32.45. My thing was the reason our stop loss was at 32.43 is because I want to see. Look, it came all the way up to the rest of these stop losses too, so it wouldn't even have mattered. Well, yeah, Noah, you're going to be. A lot of times you're going to be at these positions. But just remember, Noah, I was playing this in a strategic way. So when it broke out of this, it gave me a perfect spot to sell out and let this ride up the rest of the way. And then remember, I changed it from 33 because I said if it goes to 32.43, it's going to come up there. Why waste our money? You know, as far as a stop loss. If you're in it right now, obviously you know your position. It's just, we've got to watch ourselves if we come up to 30. Yeah, it happens, Noah. But you're not done yet. This is the top now, possibly. It hit that 33 cents now. Notice how it came down to hit all of our stop losses for everybody who's up there, if we were still in. So, do you guys want... This is where we'd have to do it, though. This is the strategic position. You'd have to do it right now. Is this where you want to open the short for the night and ride a position out? So, yes or no? Do you want a position as we leave right now? Yes or no? I'm a majority rule, so when majority rules, I leave it on you. And then I can't do anything. So, yes or no? Si, senor. Yes, unlocking mines. If Bitcoin is rejected here, it's a good spot. I agree. And I would have our stop loss here, guys, if we go in. Just remember, our stop loss if we go in is not going to be in effect until about 34 cents. So our stop loss would be all the way up at 34 cents, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, but at the end of the day, if I'm asking you, there's a reason why. And then nobody says I can't sell it if it comes back down here. I mean, if you guys want a position, like I said, I'm willing to lose it. I gamble for the group. I gamble for the fucking group. I could make a side bet here and there. I gamble for the group, though. So you guys are all saying yes. So, I mean, you degenerate bunch of gamblers, like the one guy said. I guess that we're fucked. I'm going to have to listen to my audience and see if I can find a good spot. Julie, the audience wants a trade on the way out to hold like last night. Should we give it to them? Let's see how the 30-minute looks before I lose my money. Oh, boy. Guys, I'm going to have to slap you in the dick right here, no offense. But what are we seeing here on the 30-minute? Do we really want to get in a position where we have an engulfing candle and a W reversal? I don't know about this. We better wait until it breaks this point right here before we decide this positioning. So this is true W reversal. We're going to have a bad day when we wake up tomorrow. We don't want to have a bad day. Be bad. We do not want to have a bad day. So I'm going to have to stop you right here and say we're not doing that. Not yet. Not yet, ladies and gentlemen. We need a rejection here. Although, if it gets rejected here, it is not a bad spot because then we'd have to come all the way to 32.16. I don't know. It's risky. I don't even know if I want to stop you because I kind of want to take a gamble with the class. Julie, the class wants me to take a gamble, but I'm having an I don't know moment. $200 gamble for me. $90 for them. That's not much, right? So, Julie, should the class get what they want? Yes. Julie says the class gets what they want. Right, Julie? Okay. The class gets what it wants. So, 32.70. I would like to get 32.80 if I can, but I don't think we're going to. I would settle for 32.77. And then, do you guys know what you want your take profit stop loss? Julie's like, well, you got to do what they say. Well, if the class wants you to buy it, Tom, how are you not going to buy it? Well, I'm the teacher. Who gives a shit? It's their money. If they say do it, do it. All right, Julie. Well, my money's double theirs. Good. You deserve to lose it because you're the teacher, you asshole. That's basically what she said. See, Julie, I speak so good. She'd rather me lose my money twice as fast as you guys, I'll be honest. I think she finds it funny. If you guys say you lost money, but then I lose twice as much, she's like, well, at least you lost twice as much as them. Oh, thanks, Julie. Thanks for the support. Oh, you should have made a better trade. Ah! Exactly. Should have. If I make good trades, then I can't lose money. It's alright, guys. It didn't fill it. I'm sorry. I had it at 32.77 and it was at 32.77 and there were sell orders, but it did not fill. So I feel kind of bad. So it's just sitting there. It was sitting there. I didn't realize it wasn't going to fill until just now. It's alright, class. Let me try to get this to fill. This sucks. Did we say what the stop loss was that you guys want? Oh, nobody knows, but you guys say it's worth it, so. If the class says it's worth it, by God, it's worth it. Although it didn't fill, guys, I feel bad. I had it set, and it didn't fill. This sucks. Well, now we might as well just wait to see if it hits the 20-day bounce. I can't believe it didn't fill. Well, it looks like this class is going to last a little bit longer, guys. I apologize. It didn't fill. What do you want me to do? I missed it by 1/10 of a penny because I was trying to be too perfect. Damn it, Tom. You've done it again. Done it again. Although that was some shit sell volume right there, so we might have just saved ourselves a little bit. I would like to see some follow through now that I was an idiot. Follow through. Carry us to the promised land. Oh, pizza broth, we would be shorting. We're not looking to gamble to the upside in a bear market. Unless we're doing testing purposes, as you've seen by one of our losses tonight. And I'm here to tell you it's still fucking us. Well, I mean, on the short and long, it still takes out just as much. But the group says to buy right now. And that's just what the group says. So pizza breath. Should I just buy right now like the group says? Yes or no? The group's telling me to buy. But you see XRP's right there. XLM, we're all testing the 20-day, ladies and gentlemen. So wouldn't it be wise for us just to wait for it to crack the 20-day? I'm just saying. My experience tells me it's probably wise to wait for the 20-day. Yeah, see, not so bad, Noah. I wouldn't think it's going to go up either. But I think, I told him, I think I'm going to have to stop you guys right here and not buy it. Because I feel like that's a W that could be forming. That's just me. That's why I haven't bought it yet. I'm using the excuse that it's not filling, but I'm not convinced yet to buy. Be honest with you. I said right when they all said to buy, I said, I'm going to have to stop you right here. That's exactly how I said at Pizza Breath. I brought it in the 30-minute and the XRP, and I said, I'm going to have to stop you right here because that looks like a W is about to form. So why exactly are we buying it right now if it broke out of that pattern? So, what do I know? I'm just some douchebag. I'm just the XRP future. But I still think we should buy it here and write it down at least to the 20-day and the 5-minute. That's something I agree with the audience. We could just have a small stop loss at 33.13. That is something I could agree with. Because it's a small trade. But at the end of the day, you keep wanting to do this kind of stuff, and at the end of the day, you beat yourself through a wall. Although it's a very small trade and a very small risk, I still think with the way this looks, we've already seen evidence. This will probably come back down here and test the 20-day. I think that could happen. Do we gamble and try to make that? That's what I'm saying. That the overwhelming audience is saying yes, and I can see it. In the 5-minute, I can see it. It's the squeeze part of the candle, and this is where you take the gamble. And then you say, okay, Stop loss up here. If it breaks it, it's coming up here. And I'm certainly not riding it through a 66% loss. But I can certainly understand the audience, you know, saying what they're saying right here. I can certainly see it. This is very shit volume right now. Dun 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 dun. And don't worry, guys. I'm finding the best spot to make this trade because majority rules. And if we're looking at the 30-minute, if we're looking at the 15-minute, it could be a good spot because we could get a squeeze here and then it would give us an opportunity. Because theoretically, we could ride it from here and let it hit this uptrending support at 32.41. And then if that's what you guys are saying you're playing, then that's I'm all for that because then at least you know what you're talking about. But if not, then I don't know. And see how we're already back up to 32.81? So I'm glad I said, you know, I'm going to have to stop you there because we were going to have to buy it at 32.68. No, I have it at 32.61. Ooh. But I see the intrigue here. I do. I see the intrigue. But I also see the disaster that's looming, and we would have just got stopped out, so I'm not going to cost us money. So for anybody who thinks I've just got you in your copy trading when I just made you go in that stupid trade, where would well, not a stupid trade, but where it could potentially stop us out in 2 seconds right here, where I think it's not the right time. Wouldn't I just put you in that if I'm all about the trade money? And we would have just got stopped out in 2 seconds because of the way we had it set up. Let's face it, if we bought it here, we had a quick stop loss. I agree, Pizza Breath. How you doing tonight, by the way, my friend? Let's go to XLM. I don't even know why I'm still on because we're 2 hours in. But hey, when you're amongst friends and everybody else left and it's only 41 of us, I know it's the real people in here now. We had like 60 people in here before and it was getting a little too much. Now it's getting raked in my... I like it about 40 people, I'll be honest with you guys. When it gets to 80 and 100, how it got the one... Just that's way too many people. 40 people is very easy to handle. 80, 90, 100 is getting to be too much. And that's becoming more, like at the beginning of the stream, how we had 65, 70. That's too much. It's too much. The problem is I keep making money too much. I'm making too much money. Yesterday was the 11th or 12th straight day that trade hit that we ended with. So people are starting to see that. And even though we're having these small losses, they're starting to understand the pattern. Lose 5, lose 7, lose 15, gain 6, gain 8, gain 12, lose 2, gain 5, lose 3, lose 7, gain 6, gain 2, lose 6, gain 5, gain 57. Or lose 20, gain 15, 6, you know, and it's all this other stuff. But then at the end, because the stop losses, you're always playing the same system. I play a system, guys. So even if I had a 5 straight losing streak, the 6th one's probably going to be a big hitter. Because eventually this pattern's going to play true. And I'm doing the stop losses for a reason. There's also a reason why I didn't get in this down here. There was no reason. Now the time to get in would be if it does something like this. And then you can play the gamble. Just for teaching purposes. This would have been the better opportunity. Then you would play it back down here and see if an M plays through. And then you would have your stop loss out. Why am I talking this? Why am I not fucking teaching this? Like, what the hell is wrong with me? That's where it pisses me off. I'm talking, but I could be teaching what I'm talking about. Holy shit, what am I doing? There, now you can see what I'm talking about. And then it's real, real tight. What the hell? Yeah. So it's a $29 risk. So if it comes up here, it'll just sell us out. It's very easy. Actually, it didn't go in the right spot. It shouldn't even be that big of a risk. It should have just been up to about here, but 119. Okay, I can see why I did 1.9. Just give it a little chance. But this shouldn't break the W. I mean the M, if it's going to be an M. Do you see what we did here, everybody? I'm trying to do teaching moments. So if you're trading by yourself, you can do little risk here where it's only going to cost you 15, 20 bucks. But you know your stop loss numbers. Like in all reality, this is plenty of room if it's going to come up here. If it's going to come up here 3319. There's plenty of room over the top. If it comes up there, chances are it's going to continue on the pattern. So, but then you're like, oh, well, we want to play it down. Well, that's plenty of room on an M right here. That if it's going to play down, it gives it plenty of room. Even if it plays up a little bit, it gives it plenty of room. But if it comes up through here, then obviously we know it's going up. But if you're going to play those gambles, I'm going to teach you how to do these stop loss. If it costs me $20 at a time, it's so fucking be it. There's nothing better than teaching moments, right, Julie? And it cost me $26 when I do this. Is that a bad thing? No. But it also shows you guys, like, if you want to take gambles, you got to take them properly. Don't be stupid. Don't make it to where your gamble is going to cost you anything more than a gamble price. Remember that. A gamble is a gamble. And you're not looking for hopium. And don't worry, before we leave, we'll make this short price. But there are all these little teaching moments in here. And right now, the stop loss is the most important teaching moment. Notice how we didn't just put it right here. We're going to make it do a little work because we always have these fake pushes out by the computer with these small prices. So we came up far enough up to where it's going to have to force us out here. We're not just going to get stopped out by a little push up like here. By 0.3 of a cent. You're going to come up here and have to do a proper push up to push us out. And we're willing to lose the 24. You guys, it would be about, what, a $13 or $12 loss? But it's going to force us out. And what we're looking for is minimum to take profit right here at 32.38. Obviously, if it holds the 20-day, it ruins our plans at 32.78. But we won't know that till it happens. But what it tried to do before this happened is it tried to stop us out by coming just above the session high, which is a load of horse shit, which is why I started putting it up just that much higher. Just a little bit, but it won't stop us out. I used to just put it up that much higher, and then it would wick it out just like that. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It's 32.99 session high. I put it at 33.03, and it wicks me out. So now I put it at 33.19, and it's like, all right, you're going to have to come fucking back up here and get me, you piece of crap. That comes with experience. That's what we're learning together right now. And then if it comes and gets me, it gets me. So be it. But at least I made it work for it. And then I'm like, haha, I made you work for it. And then it goes down. So you never win. I hope that made sense. Cyber, you got a new job. Excellent. Excellent. That's too skinny for an M. XL. I disagree. I've seen him a lot skinnier than this. Oh, I see what you're saying right here. So on the 15 minute, we'd be hoping for it to come down to about 32.74 so that we could get a squeeze on the 15-minute. And then we would have a retest properly down here at 32.46. And then we could bounce up. That's what we're hoping for, Pizza Breath. Or it's going to play proper and play true and come up to here. But we're going to be no part of that because we're going to be out so much before that. It's sickening. But it's a proper gamble spot to try to make a 10-15% trade. It's just, it is what it is. If you're trying to gamble. Oh, on XLM. Ooh. Well, if XLM pulls through, its proper support area is way down here. We want this to pull through. Come on, XLM. Because we use this. This looks like a... Ugh. It needs a good push. Come on. What's Bitcoin doing? We're going to need a push. What's XRP doing? Ooh. I like how XLM looks a lot better than the one I'm in. XLM makes me happy. Is this the trajectory of what we're about to take? This would make me happy. Now we just want to see... Come on, XLM! Take us home! Julie? Is it going okay still? Kind of wait until we have to do anything. I feel weird that little T's sleeping, don't you? Slightly? Alright, how are Michaela's numbers? Is that why you're staying up? Secretly? I figured they were a little high because they were high earlier. Are they still over 200? 250? 275? I'm gonna go get your phone. That seems like it's getting a little out of hand. I'll be right back, guys. You gave her her what? She's fine? Well, I don't know. I don't like when the numbers are that high. Where's your phone at in the room? Julie, your phone is at 79%. I did not. Here, I'm not going to look at this chart or anything until you tell me these numbers. We already have the trade in. I don't need to look at it. Everybody, I'll be right back.
244.
Oh, that came down a little bit then. So it's under 250.
Yes.
Okay.
Before it was 260.
Because when you said over 250, that's when I'm like, okay. So it's coming out, so it's round to the top. Okay. Love you. Alright, guys and gals, I'll be right there. I apologize, but, you know, I'm just trying to... I'll be right there.
Fine, sir. I'll get him started on some snappy Sinbad-esque material.
Oh, so funny. This is gonna be great.
What are you doing?
I'm writing a delicious stand-up of Mr. Burns for his birthday party. Is poo-poo one word or two?
I don't think it's a good idea to humiliate your boss on his birthday. Actually, Mom, a tweaking of Mr. Burns' foibles and done with the greatest of care could earn that a special place in the old man's heart.
Well, I also do a delightful impression of him. I paint a frowny face.
Alright, guys, I'm back. So it looks like it could be breaking down into an M like we were hoping. I really appreciate everybody who's sticking around. So what's going on is, some of you know, the 15-year-old type 1 diabetes, and her numbers were up over 250, over 260, but now it's come back under 250, so not as I'm not as worried as I was before Julie told me it had come down that much. So let's see. Yeah, Noah, right? We do need a giant red candle. No, it is not, and she's had it since she was 8, so it wasn't anything that she did wrong. She just wasn't, you know, and we dealt with it, and she deals with it, and she's tough. So it's no fun though. Yes, she does. She has a pump, absolutely. Yes, sir. It's made her life a lot easier.
I give you Montgomery Burn. Oh, like.
Thank you, Mike. Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's why a lot of times there's just a lot of stuff going on in the house. So when I'm like, I wish I was around for the trades, but sometimes I get out because I can't watch. Unpredictable, guys. You hear on the live streams how unpredictable because of all the stuff going on. You know, I literally, even though Julie can move around some, I still try to get there even if she's there because I know I can move faster. Exactly. So sometimes people are like, why didn't you sell? It's like, because I literally was not looking. So, but overall, like I always tell people, I may not show it every day when you guys weren't trading with me, but you guys see I do pretty fucking well when it comes to percentages. You know, and then I strategically will move my bets around if I think it's more of a risky bet. Like when they're more risky, did you notice there were only 2 minimal bets that can make a lot of money if it pulls down? But this one, if the M pulls down, this is where we could really make some money. But if it pulls up one more layer, we don't want to get caught all the way up to, you know, 33.69 roughly. We're really looking for a play down back to support. We want it to prove that it's going to go up by hitting support. We're looking for this at minimum. You know, but really we would want to see a breakdown bounce. You know, maybe like that. But I like our positioning. I do like our positioning. I think we entered at a good spot, win or lose. It's just that simple. Some people might take the 4 or 5%. But our risk was to lose $26 to try to make far more than $26. I can promise you that. You're risking 26 to make over 100 in this spot. Far over 100, maybe 150. If not more, way more. Because once we break down at some point, we're going to have the proper breakdown, and we just don't know when it is. If this would be the proper breakdown, we're going to have to test somewhere down here. We have not had a test since we broke up a proper test. So even if we go up, you'd have to have the proper retest. That's what I'm trying to find. Because we came, look, even when we came up here, we came down, around, never came down to retest this again. So, I mean, we're kind of just running into free man's lands, or no man's land. So now, if we're not going to retest that, now what would happen is logic would say we have to test the uptrend. And we've been here before. Remember the beginning of class? Remember the beginning of class? We were in a similar situation. You see how we're starting to learn patterns as a class, guys? As a class, you see how you're learning these patterns? So now you're looking to sell out right around here at 20,526 on Bitcoin. You know what I mean? I don't know how much our position's up because I don't have it pulled up here, and I can pull it up on my phone in a sec. But we got to be up some 4% right now, maybe a little 5%. Not much, but it's a little bit. It sure would. If it dumps below 20K and I want to be in a position for us so we can ride it down and have like 100 or 200 or 500% gain. Imagine if on your $90 you had 400 or 500%. Now all of a sudden you wake up and your 90 turns into 400. You're going to be like, oh my God. This XRP Future Millionaire is a good fucking trader. Jesus. So I just looked on my phone. We're up 7.90% right now. We got in at 3288. So I mean on XRP getting in at 3288. I mean, is that not pretty close to the top? We didn't get the top, but we got pretty damn close to the top, didn't we? The session high is 3303 right now, and this little low right here is about 3192 or 3178. So that's a pretty good spot. And then it would have to prove to us it's just going to come up and push over. That's it. We have our stop loss at 3319 for a reason. It tried to. It got some people, unfortunately, it stopped out that had it at 330 over the 3299 or 3301. It got them as well. But we learned our lesson. We've seen this. We've been here before. That's the point. We've been here before, guys. So once you start understanding the patterns, don't you guys recognize this pattern from earlier when we first started? Right around here, don't you recognize it? We dealt with pretty much, and they don't always go the same way, but it's pretty much the identical pattern. So earlier we got out because we didn't understand the pattern. We took out 5 or 6%. Now we understand the pattern and we're riding it a little bit to see if it plays true. But it doesn't look like a healthy chart. It looks like it's going to break down. And I feel pretty good about this. Even if we lose this trade, guys, my risk right now is to lose $26.71. I mean, I'm not saying that that's chump change, but when you're talking about what I usually trade, I'm usually risking $280 on any, or $180 on any given trade. This is like 9 trades in one. I can do 9 times as many as I usually lost in one trade. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. And right now, this trade is panning out beautifully. That's what I'm showing you guys, though. It doesn't matter. You're understanding market structure, so don't worry about if you miss or you hit. These $90 bets right now are, this is priceless. Who cares if you lose? As long as you have your stop loss in a spot where you think it's good, and you have your take profit on the fly, and you understand pattern formation. Right now, the first area of concern is right now at 32.62. But we really want to get it down here to 32.44 before we have to make a decision. That's what the chart's showing us. It's just unfortunate we're about to have a squeeze candle right on that support I put up there. But I don't want to confuse us, so that's off. And that's off because we're playing the symmetrical triangle, or the uptrending, it's an ascending triangle right now that this would end up playing into. But see, it's like these squeeze candles, and this is the risk. But we're playing it down. Our goal, as we've talked about, we're trying to play it down to the uptrend. So, unless you guys tell me to sell it, I'm not going to sell it until we get to the uptrend. Or worse. So, Mike, you're in agreement. You're good to see this ride down even if it were to backfire and go back up, right? You're trying to see for example purposes, and you're seeing what the stop loss is. You know, but some people are tempted because they're up, and then this part gives you a quick green, and then they sell, and then it goes right down. So we all agree that we're just riding it out, and if it hits the stop loss, or until it comes down here is what we're saying. Wolfpack, welcome in. The uptrend price right now, let me check this right now. Oh, right here. The whoops. The uptrend price right now is right here. So we have this support at 32.47, but the uptrend support is right here at 32.06. So we technically have to hit this support, and if we hold this, then we could bounce around theoretically. But the session low we're about to get to, this looks like a bear flag playing out, in my opinion, in the 1 minute. So it looks like it should at least play true to here, possibly. But then if we start a bearish divergence, this is when we can walk into a nice little profit here. So I don't think this is the time to sell. I think we have a good stop loss, and if it backfires, it backfires. But some people would absolutely take the 10% right now. Or close to it. Yeah, the 10%. You could. So if you guys tell me, if you want the 10%, tell me. Or do you want to let it ride? 10% or let it ride? Let me know right now. Let it ride. Ride or die. Let it ride. Let it ride. Let it ride. Smoke it if you got it. But you see, theoretically, though, and I'm not overriding or doing anything. I think you guys made a good decision. Even if it goes up, you're going to have to live with the decision. And we already have our stop loss. And we're going to do what we got to do. Now, you could take 10% here and say, oh, but that's a quick 10%. That's what I was saying. It's up to you guys. That's where it gets tough. But obviously, if it breaks down, you're walking into about a 15 to 16% here on a quick breakdown in the next 1 minute. If it were to break down on the next candle. But now what it did is it gave us a lot more room, didn't it, to play with right here. So it's kind of like a free stop loss here, right? But if it breaks down here, I personally am interested to see with the little bit of an extra room of 10% we have to see how this plays out, because it's given us more room to play with here now, personally. We've seen this before. And we need confirmation to me. We need confirmation that this is going to break up. That's just what I'm saying. It is a 50% play, absolutely, Noah. Absolutely, it is at best. At best. But to me, this is so fun doing it with you guys. Like, I freaking love this. I've been having so much fun. But because usually I'm sitting here and I'm like, should I sell it at 10.6%? And then I want to see what everybody else thinks. So, just the way it looks in the market, it feels like it's going to start going. Because it looks like a bearish continuation that's about to give in any moment. In the 1 minute. And it looks like it's hunting the proper uptrend. So knowing where the uptrend is, it feels like if we can bust this level in the next 1 minute, it's going to be a quick push down in the next 1 minute candle. As long as we don't get a squeeze. No squeeze. Ah, shit. Alright. Let's give me one more push down so we can avoid the squeeze. That's all. But see, I love this. I love this Twitch live and this BitGat now with the copy trading. And add it to the Twitch live streams, the ones you really want. I mean, we still have 42 people here, and it's 10:25. It's crazy. We really want to get out of this range real quick. Because if we get a squeeze candle here, it's going to make it difficult to get out of here, and we might have to take the 10%. We really want to get in the next 17 seconds to push down. Wolfpack. Yeah, I mean, in a sense it is. But you can, if you join my BitGat, you can copy trade me, and then like $90 per trade will go in for you guys. So it's technically free trading. It's free experience, but at the same time, I feel like it might be a spot to take the 11%. But that's just me. Just because we've had rejection 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, guys. And then we could always buy it if it comes back below there. Like, that's the thing. Or we could rebuy it back up here. Like, I think we should take the 10.67% and let it do what it's going to do.
Is it my imagination or is TV getting worse?
It's about the same. Oh, look out, feathers! I love this show.
Because that looks like a sneaky W forming.
Come to apologize.
Come on, let's go in there and get the bear.
Oh, man, I closed it. I didn't know it was going to do that and pull back down. I seen somebody said take the profit, so I hit close. What did it close us out at? Damn it. I didn't know it was going to do that. I did take the profit because it looked like a sneaky W. What did we get on that? Okay, we got 9.09%. Because, guys, what we didn't want to happen is a sneaky W to form and pull us way up. That's what we were trying to avoid. So at the end of the day, 9.09% wasn't bad.
How much we do now?
Hey, everybody, let's go sing at the hospital.
Do you see what we were talking about, though? Why we sold? Do you see why I did that? Just in case this pulls the W, we'll take our 9.09% at least. I feel better about that.
But Mr. Bird, it's not my bear. Maggie.
It's just I didn't know it was going to do a couple squeezes like that. Now it makes it like it could come down or up. But I just want to know if you guys understand.
Oh, well, I don't usually. Just this once.
C-dubs, you think it's dropping? I think it's dropping too. Mindset. Yeah, it's going to be various, guys, because it's a. You got to understand. It's a stop loss number, so everybody's might be a little bit different. It's all computers, so I say as long as it's within a half, 3/4%, it's fair. You know, because it's not going to be able to do it at exact same time. So C-dubs, do you think we're going to come back up to here for the ideal buyback? Or do you think this is it? We're capped. Because this looks like a W that was starting to sneak out. That's why I took our 9.09%. Just in case it plays out. Because we could always buy on a fail here as well. I'm not worried about it and getting back in. But I feel good about taking that 9.09%. But I also wanted to stay in. It's just to present. Some people said to sell, so I wanted to do what it looked like the audience was going to say. But maybe they weren't going to say that. Some of you guys said it. But
Well, he didn't get any money, but Mr. Bird got what he wanted. Bird, I'm confused.
and Bitcoin certainly did hit that target.
That's enough.
Man, it's so tough. But alright, guys. So, ultimately, I'm going to have to go, though. I mean, it's 10:30. I obviously got to go. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you want... What do you want to do? We got the 9% there, but do you want to just ride it? Do you want to wait for it to play up? Because I would personally wait to see if this W is going to fail first, which hopefully it does right now, so we can just say, good, it failed. I'd personally like to see rejection here, if I'm being honest. I don't want to have to play this W again, because then it can come all the way up. I just want this to be a failed W, come down, and get rejected here. Of fucking course. Of course, it has to push up, and now we got to go through this extra route again. And now the problem is, if this pushes up, this M can be just that, a fake slanted M that pushes up. And I don't want to be a part of that, but we're going to end this, guys, and we're going to either wait for rejection up here before we buy back in, or a failed fall through and rejection. I'm happy with the 9.09%. I hope you guys are happy with the way class ended. Stay blessed. It's been a pleasure and an honor. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.